They Ask You Answer, a revolutionary approach to inbound sales, content marketing, and today's digital consumer. By Marcus Sheridan, author, Krista Kotrla, Foreword. Summary: They Ask You Answer presents an innovative digital marketing approach that ditches the traditional flashy ads and embraces high-quality content instead. In a world of digital businesses, market monopolies, and fast-paced consumers, it gets harder and harder to stand out from the rest. Reaching out to digital ads, TV commercials, or radio shoutouts is nothing new under the sun. Moreover, research suggests that these strategies are becoming ineffective and are even annoying for consumers. After all, who wants to hear about your products when they're trying to play a song or watch someone's Instagram story? It's clearer than ever that consumers' behavior is changing. They have access to multiple sources of supply, and so their expectations are constantly growing. With a market competition so intense, companies have to be creative with their sales strategies. They Ask You Answer steps in to help entrepreneurs and marketers adapt to these changes by adopting the philosophy that puts consumers at the center of their business. This innovative approach is structured on a series of valuable lessons. Among them, here are 3 of my favorite ones. Consumers get engaged when you address their fears. There are 4 factors to be considered when creating content. Educate your consumers to come to your company. Lesson 1. To connect with consumers, businesses ought to find and solve their fears. In the current business environment, knowing your audience is the winning ticket. Why? Because customers don't want to spend time looking for solutions, but rather want the solution to come to them. Moreover, they're expecting you to guess what their fears are. Nowadays, 70% of customers make the purchase decision before they get in touch with the company. This soaring percent draws attention to a compelling reality. The consumers have access to a sea of information, and they don't need to be convinced into buying. Reviews, how-to videos, and your website's content are already enough. Moreover, the buying decision is based on necessity. Therefore, what's left for the company is to address what could go wrong. Solutionized fears will increase sales. To do that, prioritize informing content. The fears you want to address are: is this the right size? Will this item ship in time? What are the maintenance costs? Is it worth the money? Reassure customers that they're not being ripped off. Lesson 2. Companies should focus on 4 specific aspects in the content creation process. The first and most determinant factor for any prospect is price. People have limited budgets for certain items, so it's best to set a price that is convenient for both parties. Make sure to come up with a cost for consumers that reflects the true value for money. The second factor is honesty. Most people prefer to pay extra cash for a secured website, rather than ordering something from an untrusted source. Display the pros and cons of your items and write objective descriptions for your articles. Try to use comparison in your favor. How? Balance one of your products with a competitor's product by drawing attention to what makes them different. People love to make good deals, so if you can assure them that your articles are truly better, you win. The final aspect is reviews. Allow customers to make their decisions based on recommendations from others like them. People are far more likely to buy if someone they sympathize with did too. Be frank about your products and allow both good and bad reviews. Lesson 3. Educational content draws consumers to you. According to Backlinko, 14% of all Google searches are a question. This fact could easily become one of the biggest opportunities for a website. Why? Well, instead of letting online users or competitors answer these inquiries, you could take on this mission. A business that doesn't just focus on sales, but also presents useful information for its audience is a business that appeals to the public eye. Moreover, while educating the public, a company can advertise its products as solutions for the problems addressed. Consumers love trustworthy sources and convenient solutions. By integrating these in your selling platform, you can increase traffic, sales, and brand awareness. Therefore, seek to include educational content in your website to take advantage of these benefits. You can do this by using different tools and extensions to identify the biggest gaps and issues in your industry. Afterward, look for specialists that can create educational and promotional content to cover those topics, or why not do it yourself?